sorry, I don't like rodents.
They're not rodents, how dare you? They're mustelidae.
What's that?
It's the badger family. The otter, the badger, the weasel, the polecat, the stoat, the ferret.
So why did you bring your ferrets?
Very good question. Because we couldn't afford to bring the tractor.
What's this guy called?
So this is Fidget, who will probably live up to his name in a second.
Oh.
He doesn't tend to settle down very much. His brother Milk has been sleeping all day, and he's clearly very camera shy.
Yeah.
But no, they have a job. They're working animals, and their job is to control the rabbits. And the rabbits eat the food that the farmers grow, and if we don't keep on top of the rabbits, they eat the crops. So we have to control them, and yeah, there is a piece of legislation for that, but I won't bore you with the details. It's called the Pest Act. But and then on top of that, we also spend a lot of time working around equestrian stables, because the holes make for trip hazards for the horses. Horse breaks its leg, and you can't fix a horse with a broken leg. Yeah. So we just thought we'd bring a bit of the Oxfordshire countryside into Whitehall today. Well, quite literally, I do a bit of gamekeeping. I'm a forager, I'm a ferreter, I'm a deer stalker. We also teach a thing called woodcraft, which is teaching people to live outside for 48 hours in comfort. You don't have to be miserable. And on top of that, I'm a smallholder. Plus we've got a horse. So I need the farmers to bring the hay in. I need the farmers to bring the straw in. I need the farmers to employ me, because that's where I'm making money helping them manage the land. They're too busy farming it, so I spend a lot of time managing it, if that makes sense. I mean, that's not completely true. It's all right, he's not going to go anywhere. Well, I hope not, anyway. But yeah, this is an ancient skill. It's a Neolithic skill. It's a 2,500-year-old skill set, and if we don't keep it alive, well, your other options aren't sustainable. This is sustainable. It's the rabbit's natural predator. Or one of the rabbit's natural predators. It goes down the burrow, flushes the rabbits out. We catch the rabbits and we eat them, which is a lot better than some of the other methods that I won't perhaps go into on camera, because it might upset people. And the rabbits get away. We don't always get the rabbits, so it's an equal thing. There's a chance for both parties. And we do like a rabbit that gets away, don't we? Because that means there's more of them. Yes, there's more of them. Yeah.
So your small holding won't be affected by the inheritance tax measures. You're just here to support.
If it goes to its fruition, it will.
Right.
If you have to start selling land to break up the farms, to make them smaller, to make them less productive, to make them have less profit, who's going to come in and buy all that land? And then what do? I don't own land to stalk on. I don't own the land to rabbit on and ferret on. So where does my straw and hay come from? So my friend who's with me, Mo, is an agricultural engineer. So he fixes all these tractors. He fixes all the plant. He welds things back together. And you know, there was one example. I think it was in NFU. There was a farm that said we've got £1 million turnover, and we don't spend our money any more than 15 to 20 miles away from the farm. So there's all of that circular industry, all the little things that are on the outskirts of that turnover that's being fed back into the local economy. It's a lot bigger than just the farmers.
Do you think there should be a threshold that's much higher than that, for example, that would seem acceptable for you, for very wealthy farms or people with loads and loads of land who maybe aren't, you know, farming it themselves? They just kind of want to avoid inheritance tax.
Yeah, without throwing anyone under the bus, the 5 million mark looks sensible.
Right. Okay.
So up to 5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. Where I am, land's £19,500 an acre. So 26 acres, which wouldn't even be a farm, that would be a small holding. That's £507,000.
Question would be, like, you've obviously got people like Nigel Farage becoming kind of the face of this campaign.
Yes.
Do you think that's right? Do you think that Nigel really cares about the farmers? And are you comfortable with those two things being linked, sort of like support for the Reform Party and support for the farmers?
Whether they're truly linked or not, I can't say, but of course he's opposition. But he certainly seems to be speaking to the people. You've also got Jeremy Clarkson, who this doesn't affect at all, not with his level of success and finance, and he's thrown his hat in the ring. I keep saying that, I keep using that, you have to edit that out, I've used the same expression 3 times. But someone's got to support it,
right.
And there's always going to be allies and antagonists. Yeah, if he's bringing more people and awareness to it, then crack on. Yeah.
And what about, because obviously with Brexit that ruined a lot of subsidies for farmers, and he was kind of pushing for Brexit. Do you feel like it seems a bit hypocritical that now he's saying, oh, now I back the farmers kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a very good point, that, and that doesn't go unheard.
Yeah.
I don't think it's so much that he wanted rid of Brexit. Here, boy, stand. I think he wanted autonomy and sovereignty for the country. And yes, the common agricultural policy's gone with that, but also so was the amount of money that we were paying into Europe for that money to come back. So I don't think it's as clear cut as that's gone, but also we were paying out. So I think that's more of a sovereignty issue than a because otherwise you're going to stitch me right up.